For me, that's what makes me happy, and I don't have any interest in judging somebody who wants to fuck every night. Yeah. I don't have any judgment on somebody who wants $1 billion in cash.
Sure. What would you say to, there's lots of business mentors or people who tell people how to make money when they say things like, by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Get rich or die trying.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
How do you, it can be very appealing. You watch some of these videos, as you put it, it's very, very enticing, and people sort of get drawn to that. How does one look beyond the sort of the...
Pay attention to what the person's asking for from you.
Right. Yeah.
I always tell youngsters and friends, you have to look in the eyes of the messenger. What is she or he looking for from you? I'm looking for admiration.
Okay.
My content is not a top of the funnel to some landing page that is asking you for $899 for my ebook.
Why is admiration important to you?
I'm not sure. Right. It's something that I'm spending a lot of time on. It feels naturally good.
Right.
I think it's a DNA trait.
Right.
Okay. But I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm sure it inherently is, if I go deep, I think about things like, man, my family was going through a ton of shit the first 5 years of my life. Maybe they were so focused on everything, like getting to the new world, that maybe I was but I got over coddled and loved too. Like, I'm not sure, yeah, right. But I promise you that I want admiration over money.
Right.
That has become very clear to me. I'm not against money.
Sure.
But if I was to choose, like, my ability to have the biggest mastermind, the biggest funnel, the biggest fund, give me some of your money, I could win that game at the highest level. Number one, more than anyone.
Sure.
Because I have gift of conversation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm charismatic as fuck. It's just true.
And self-aware, obviously.
Clearly. So I'm not sure,
right.
But when I hear what you're talking about, if the next sentence of, make money, die trying, if the next sentence is, and if you pay me, then I'm already checked the fuck out.
Yeah, right. So, how do you get out of the mindset? And I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs do this, where you start doing something and you're not really sure about it, but it starts making money, and then you make excuses. You may be doing something ethically and morally questionable, but you convince yourself, right? How do you get out of that?
I see it every day.
What would you say to somebody like, you know what you're doing? Because we are very good at convincing ourselves, look, at the end of the day, this is paying for this is paying for this, I'm just going to do it for a short time. Many reasons, but people sort of keep doing that. Because I know people who...
Oh, I know unlimited people who do this.
Right.
This is a very good question by you. Look, the answer is that person is flawed.
Right.
The question is why?
Why?
My belief is it's because they're insecure and they need stuff to make themselves feel good, to show others that they're successful, because they're not happy with themselves.
Yeah, right.
And they need jewelry and success and cars and girls and planes to show everybody that they're winning, because they're not winning with themselves.
And add social media to that equation, where you get social validation on every given second.
Yep, but social media is, that person was looking for that validation pre-internet.
But social media just supercharged it for this person, right?
No, I'm actually a dissent to this voice.
Sure.
I think social media has exposed the truth of, not accelerated. That person was flexing in the office.
But now they got millions of people around the world admiring that flexing.
Yeah, but it's the same fucking game. Whether you're trying to floss in front of 8 or 8 million, you're still vulnerable to the floss.
Sure. But the influence of you doing it at an office in front of 8 million people is enormous. You are pretty much tuning the minds of another generation.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but the reality is why? And what are you trying to do for yourself?
True.
I don't find a lot of those people being thoughtful about what they're doing for the next generation. They're too inherently selfish.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. All right. So
I don't think was overthinking about what he was doing for the next generation.
No, he's not.
I think, and by the way, me and everybody else, like I think people are doing what they think is what they want to be doing.
Yeah. But you at least have a conscious acknowledgement of you want admiration, and to do that you have to be good.
Correct.
Right? So you are doing good. But you know,
yes,
people,
but for me, that's what makes me happy, and I don't have any interest in judging somebody who wants to fuck every night.
Yeah.
I don't have any judgment on somebody who wants $1 billion in cash.
Sure.
I struggle with judgment, but to your point, I will only use the word luck, and I hate using that word. Luckily for me, I was structured in a way where what I want is inherently selfless.
Right.
Cool. But that leads to gratitude more than judgment.
Yeah.
More than looking around at everybody else and judging them. I just stay in my own head of being grateful for what I had.